confirming.
Yeah, I will divide you in small rooms. And we can start.
Can you share the questions, please?
Yeah. Just a second. Okay, some part is missing. Okay, I think now we can start. So please accept the invite. Okay, so let's start. Who wants to introduce yourself first?
Hello, my name is Mateus. I am 26 years old. I'm sorry, but there's a noise here because there are some people who work here at home. I live in a small town in Brasilia, which is called Ceilândia, and I live with my father and my two brothers. And my hobbies are learning languages and also watching movies and series and hang out with my friends. And that's it. How about you, Bruna?
Hello, good morning. I think it's our first time together, right, Mateus? I'm Bruna. I live in São Paulo. I am 26. I work as an English teacher. I've been joining TNT meetings since the beginning of September, and I'm a host here too. I think that's it. And you, yes.
So my name is Yasmin. I'm 20 years old. I live in São Paulo with my parents. I am an English teacher too. And now I'm a host here. So, and what to be succeed means to you, Mateus?
So first, I don't believe two teachers here. Oh, so that's a cool question. So in my opinion, being a succeed person, it's something that everyone could decide, could have their own perspectives about being succeed, because some people may think that being succeed is just achieve their goals in their life, like being a good employer, to have money or take care of their family and things like that. On the other hand, we have other people, who being succeed in their lives, is actually are doing something good for everyone, like helping people from poor backgrounds, and also um, being a good person um, among gods. And to me, in my opinion, I'm the type of person who I am between these two categories, because I believe we need work hard in our life, and I believe we need to help people and obey God. And I think, to me, this is being succeed in our lives.
And what about you, Atamis? Can you introduce yourself and answer what to be succeed means to you?
Yes, I can introduce myself. So I am Atamis, I'm 36. I'm from Minas. I'm an artist and a dietitian. And that's it. To be succeed. I think it means you're happy with you do. I don't know. Yeah. But for this, you will have to have dignity, like a house, food enough, access to the health system, and that kind of things for everyone.
And what about you, Mariana?
Hello, my name is Mariana. I'm 25 years old. I'm living in São Paulo. I'm a psychologist. And to be succeed for me, I don't know, maybe to have a good place to live and to work around people who care about your emotions, about yourself, and good relations in a general mode, and that's it.
And you, Bruna?
Well, I was thinking just like Mateus that it like depends. For some people, succeeding and like being successful can be something, but for other people can be someone else. But since Atamis always brings me different ideas, she was talking about like having a good health, quality of life and everything. I think if we don't have that, it's not possible to think the other steps. How will you dream, or how will you want to have a different life or achieve your goals if you don't have the basics? So I think it depends when you have like the basics.
Yeah, to be succeed has different meanings for people, right? Like for me, to be succeed is to have a comfortable life, to live with my family and have a job that I like and things like that. So the second question is, meritocracy is fair. Do you agree? Why or why not? What about you, Mariana?
No, I don't think it's fair, and I don't agree because especially here in Brazil, the things aren't fair. People I don't know how to how to say, people go hungry. I don't know, go hungry, and it doesn't fair. Not anybody had a job. Not anybody had the same opportunity, and it's not. It isn't fair. It's difficult. It's hard. It's totally unfair.
So choose someone to answer to.
Okay, what do you think, Mateus?
So that's a good question, because someone could disagree with your opinion, because some people may think that people who has meritocracy, maybe, I already watched some videos about a guy who said that what you plant, you will have in the future. It's a famous phrase that we have in Portuguese, and many people believe in that, believe in that. And yeah, I think it's something crucial, it's something that it's relevant. However, I think sometimes it's unfair, as Mariana said, because sometimes people may have bad luck in their lives or something like that, or do not have opportunities. So that's a good question and hard to talk about. And what about you, Atamis? What is your opinion?
I don't think like Bruno, I don't think meritocracy exists. And there are some stories about people who succeed from I don't know, bad or not fair backgrounds, but I personally think this is exception. And they show this, I say people in power, to show to us that, you see, if you want, if you work hard, you can do it. But the reality is like nothing like that. The reality is like the majority of people from the poor areas, or the people who don't have food enough, people who don't have a good education, they don't succeed. They don't. So meritocracy, it doesn't exist in my opinion. So how can it be fair? No.
And you, Bruno?
Yeah, I agree with Artemis. I think it's not, and also Mari. I think it's not fair, and I know like that society uses this speech of, you have to work hard, you have to do that, otherwise you won't achieve things. I don't know. Sometimes it's comfortable think like this, because you're just like, okay, I'm gonna do my best. And so you mean that people who didn't achieve the things you consider success are not working hard? Is it what you mean? Like, so you mean that someone who wakes up at 4 a.m. to go to their jobs in different neighborhood and get home so late and like still need to take care of their children, you mean that they are not working hard just because your conception of success is if you work at a bank or something like that? So it's completely not fair, and it's really I don't know how to say it, disappoint, like, because it's something many people believe and defend, so it's like, please. That's it.
Yeah, and meritocracy is something like based on effort, but how can I put my effort on something that I didn't have the opportunity to do? No, like to study English. How can I put my effort to study English if I didn't have the opportunity to study English? Is something very complicated. And could you imagine a future where meritocracy replaces our democracy? How do you imagine this? And I think this is happening on Instagram with digital marketing, like people is always saying about meritocracy. And what do you think, Atamis?
I don't hope so. That I can't imagine it. I don't hope so. There's no. And you said about Instagram. It just reminds me about spiritual meritocracy. Like if you put your positive energy in something, it will happen. There is this kind of type as well, and it's like, no, you are you have privilege in life. So, and yeah, no, I can't imagine. Sorry.
And you, Matthew?
So I personally, I can't imagine this, because actually, I don't believe in human governments and something like that. I have my personal opinion about that, and I can't imagine. And what about you, Mariana?
I can't imagine this either, because I don't know, our democracy is difficult. Now imagine our society without and replaces by meritocracy. I can't imagine this. So no, it's difficult to agree with this and imagine our society. No, I can't agree with this, and it's so hard to imagine, how we can live with thinking about meritocracy, in our politics, the way the things are, so difficult. And about you, Bruna?
That's a hard question. I think capitalism and meritocracy are together. But I don't know. Actually, I don't know if if it's possible to replace it. I don't know if I don't understand a lot about philosophy and these things, but I don't know if one thing can um, overcome another, like can replace, So I don't think it's possible, and I really don't hope this thing happens because, as we were talking before, it's really unfair. And yeah, that's it.
I will skip for the 5 question because I think number 4 we already answered. And have you ever been in a situation that you feel you were in disadvantage comparing with others, or in advantage than the other ones? Share with us. I will start. Like in my class at school, I was the only one who studies English, who had the opportunity to study English in a traditional course. So I feel in advantage than my colleagues. And what about you, Mariana?
For me, it was on school too, because in my class I was only the one that don't have conditions to buy notebooks and pens, bags. So everything that I used in that time, it was that the government give, but all the most part of my colleagues buy notebooks, buy bags, buy pens, so that time it's difficult, because the people, oh, Mariana, why did you use this thing that government gives us, in that time it was hard for me. And about you, Atamis?
Can I tell a sad story? So I'm from a big family. My mother and my father, they have 10 children. So I'm the third one. But we were never were poor. Like we had food, we had a home, everything. But in my city, Caxambu, Minas Gerais in general, Brazil, I would say, but Minas Gerais it's very, very racist. Very. You say, Mineiro is nice, we are, but very racist. It's because the slavery we had there. So there are a lot of it's a kind of apartheid still. And in my city in the 90s, I studied in a public school because in my city it didn't have private school. So rich people and poor people, if we had some room to poor people, you put in and you could go to school. So we went to school with rich people. And in my school, there was 2 classrooms for poor and Black people separated to the school. It's like the school here, first floor. In the second floor, there was 2 classrooms without electricity, where it was raining inside the room. The tables and the chairs was many times was broke, and we had our separate break. Our breaks were separate from the other children, and yeah. So I know what is being in this. I was always me and my sisters and my family and my siblings, we start in that always every year. We start in these classrooms, and for some reason we were too intelligent to be there, or not poor enough, or not Black enough, you know. And they moved us to the rich white people classrooms. And I hated, I always hated to study with the others. I like the poor and Black ones. It was my tribe, you know. So yeah, I know what it is.
And you, Bruno?
Well, fortunately, I had good opportunities. Like I went to a private school, but it wasn't it was like a foundation, you know. So all students had scholarships, so everyone would study for free, but the quality, it was just like a private school. We had access to good teachers, to good classrooms with good quality, you know. It was great. Then when I left school, I had the chance to go to a prep course before going to college. Then I went to a public university, which many people can't have access to, because the process, if you don't have like a good education, if you don't have the basis of education, you don't have access to. So there I could see many people who, I don't know, didn't have money to buy like a snack, you know, or buy something they want because they needed to have lunch, you know. So it was like crazy. And then uh just like you, yes, I think when I changed courses when I went to a private university. After that, I could see a whole difference. I study languages, and in the classroom there were many students who didn't know how to speak English, and it was really frustrating because I could see that they didn't speak English, and how would they teach English? They, I don't know, it was just hard, you know, to imagine how they would be good professionals in the future. Um, yeah, and I am really thankful because my parents and my family could afford my studies and everything. That's it. And you, Mateus?
So probably I never been faced hard situations in my life. Um, just one in my life, I could remember because yeah, that's a simple story. It's not something, oh my God, that's a hard situation. But I remember when I was a child, when I was like 6 years old, I started to know, to go to the school, and I I studied in a particular school, a private school, as we say. And I remember there were rich people, rich children. And I remember the days we were supposed to bring the toys. I remember rich boys were able to bring some toys which were so amazing, like Max Steel, Spider-Man, and my toys were so poor, because I remember my father and my mother, I think they weren't able, to buy cool toys to me. And I felt in disadvantage at this time, because while um, rich people uh, were able to play with their awesome toys, I wasn't able to do anything. So that's my story. That's it.
So, have you had the opportunity to advance at work or schools based on your skills or on your motivation to perform or interest in work? I will share with you that I participated, I made part of many interviews, and I didn't pass because I needed to follow a script, and I don't have memory for this. And who I know doesn't matter, So I just need to be a robot and follow the script. And what about you, Bruna?
Oh, that's a hard question. To advance at work or schools based on your skills. Well, I don't know. Like skip advance in which way? Like I started working at the school that I work nowadays. I used to work part time. Then one of the one of the teachers that would work part time, uh, he left. Then I started working full time. Then I became the coordinator because the coordinator left. So I think I could advance not only because of my skills, but because I always try to be interested in the work and the things I need to do. I always try to do my best, but I don't know. That's hard. I don't know if I answer it the right way, but that's it. And you, Mari?
No, I never had the opportunity, and I don't know. For me, it's so sad because we always dream, about the growth in the environment that we work, or the place where I don't know. It have some distinct, But for me, it's so sad because I never I never had the opportunity, and that's it. In my company that I was work, the I always try to do the best job to produce like they demands with us, but the thing that I get, it was they had my picture on the website, the company, but for me it was enough, I could to try the opportunity do some process, you know, to grow the another function, you know. But I never had the opportunity. And about you, Atamis?
I want to say yes, like yes, I did, but at the same time, if I think a little bit longer, I say that's not because I am special, or I'm not saying I don't have skills or I don't have motivation, but there are people who have the same skills or better or more motivation than I, and they couldn't have the same opportunities. So I don't know. It's hard to talk about meritocracy when you talk about yourself, because we know we work hard for the things we have, or our family, you know, but it is fair with the others. You say that about yourself. That's my biggest question now. I don't know. I don't know if it was based on my skills.
And you, Mateus?
I worked in a logistics company which provides services for customers who bought products from the internet, and I worked there, during 6 to 14 hours in the afternoon. And I remember that I was the one who left out of the company for the last, because while my coworkers were dispensable, my coworkers were to their home. My boss and other colleagues asked me, Mateus, could you please stay here, just 1 hour more? And okay. And other colleagues or coworkers, went to their homes, and then my coworker says, "Oh, this is not something fair, because while we went to the home, you just stayed there in that company." And I remember that I missed one day in that work, and one of my boss didn't like so much because I missed it. And then my boss started to do something, no, kind of wrong, I would say, because I needed to go to the work every Saturday, while my other coworkers just one Saturday per month, or one Saturday for 15 days needed to go to the work. And every week I needed to go there. And then other boss got to the company, and then he recognized my effort, because I never complained with the other boss and with the other coworkers. And then I was able to succeed because he recognized my work, and then I became I don't know how can I say in English, but it's like administrative assistant, and then I felt so happy.
So, have you ever thought that you were target of discrimination based on your personal characteristics like gender, age, personal beliefs, or your previous personal and professional experience? Oh, I think always this happen, like when I need to do some interview, because I'm just 20 years old. So how can I have a big background of work, you know? So people always ask, oh, but you don't have professional experience. No, I don't have. It's why I'm here, you know? You need to give me the opportunity to have. So what about you, Atamis?
Maybe because I'm a woman sometimes, yeah. But at the same time, like what you said was interesting, because I got the job that my recent job. I have a lot of jobs, but I have a new job now. So, and I was competing with a girl. She was like 20 something, and I got, because I can see things she can't be yet. Like when my boss, my manager did something, and I see she was waiting for an order, and I was already doing, you know. So I see she was discriminated because she doesn't have experience yet. But that's the life. I think it's fair and unfair at the same time, because I had, of course, I'm like 10 years older than her, and I have more experience working. We have to start from somewhere, but not this time for this girl. I'm sorry. She had more years, she would have opportunity.
And what about you, Mateus?
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. So partly I never faced hard situations before, you know, like discrimination or something like that. I already faced the situation that Atamis said before, but I was the victim because I didn't have some background in that work, you know, because I was just 19 years old. But I think everyone already faced this situation in their life, because no one was born, you know, knowing everything. You know, everyone could pass for the process. But I think I already faced some boring situations, you know, because I'm a religious person, you know, I believe in God, you know, and I'm Jehovah's Witness. And I remember some co-workers um, disagree, you know, with some beliefs that I have, some positions, you know, and I think this is boring because everyone has the right, you know, to follow their beliefs and their passions, and that's it.
What about you, Bruno?
Well, I think so. As a woman, you know, as Atami was saying, I used to work with my father. He has a car repair shop, so it's a environment full of men, and I don't know. First of all, they thought I don't understand a lot about cars, you know. I was there just to sell things, organize Mercado Livre, but I was able to carry things, you know, or to know which part of the car was that one, because I had some experience working there. So men would always think I didn't know anything about it, or that I wouldn't be able to carry things, even if it wasn't that heavy, you know. I can do it. So yeah, that's it. And you, Mari?
For me, I don't know. I think my problem may be my age, because I remember when I entered at the university, I was the youngest in compare the other people on the class. And the colleague said to me, Mariana, how do you work with psychology? You don't have life experience to understand the patients, you know? And that time it was hard to me because I didn't know what to answer for these people, you know. And today is too difficult too, because here in my family, they said to me the same thing. You're so younger, and I'm planning to go abroad next year, and they said to me, Mariana, how do you take care of yourself away of us, you know? It's too hard to deal with this, but I don't know. I think maybe I need to pass with this to prove that I can to take care of myself, you know, and that's it. But it's a little hard.
Can I say something? Mari, you're 25, right?
Yes.
I'm just like you, and I feel the same. Like my parents think I'm not able to do things or solve things. They think I'm like a baby, you know.
Yes.
Sometimes it's really hard here too. It's okay, I feel you.
Oh, thank you.
So the next question is, let's imagine two different people in different situations. Lara lives in the south zone of São Paulo, studies in a private school, and their parents have their own company. Eduardo lives in a poor neighborhood in São Paulo. He lives with her single mother. Her mother is a houseworker, and he studies in a public school. In your opinion, who has more opportunities to get a better job, to enter in a university, and why? Who wants to start? For
I can
me,
start.
it's something simple, right? It's a simple question. Like, Lara will have more opportunities than Eduardo, but I think they both can get a better job. What do you think, Bruno?
Yeah, I think they can both of them can get a better job. It may be harder, right? Not maybe, it will be harder. Um it's complicated, right? Because we know how education works in public schools, you know. So it may take more time for Eduardo to get the things she wants, you know. It's hard. What do you think, Mateus?
So that's a good question and situation. But I think Lara is able to get a job, to get a better job than Eduardo because unfortunately she has more opportunity through um, her education because she is able to study in a private school, you know. However, I agree with Yasmin, you know, if Eduardo make an effort, study hard, you know, he will be able to succeed in his life because I think, you know, and in the end, which really matters is the effort that people make in order to get a job. You know, because some people um, have opportunities to study in a private school. However, um, he doesn't like so much about the school, or they don't have so much interest, you know, and growing and their lives and being succeed. On the other hand, we have people from poor background um, who are enthusiastic, who really have interest and succeeds in their lives. And I think that depends of the effort of each one. And what about you, Atamis?
Lara, she has more opportunities. That's for sure. But I think one of my Spanish teachers, he said something very interesting about life. Life is opportunity. If you are alive, you have opportunities. But in this case, we have to consider a lot of things. So I don't think they have the same opportunities if they have the same amount of effort. You know, Lara already have a background and she is like many steps, like kilometers further than Eduardo. Eduardo, we have to consider a lot of things. So I think maybe Eduardo can be shot by the police just because he lives in that area and he doesn't have the opportunity anymore because he doesn't have his life. So I think it's unfair to say they have the same amount of opportunity if they put the effort on this thing. So, Lara, that's the answer.
And what about you, Mariana?
Yes, Lara, because she in front of Eduardo, and I don't know, maybe he to get the same place with her. Maybe he will have to do too much effort to try to get the same place, the same place that her, and that's it.
So the last question is, helping minorities and women to get better jobs or education, is it a way of justice or a form of discrimination? Who can start?
Discrimination, because we don't need it. We wouldn't need to help, if the society was justice. We don't need to help to get the same place, that good job, the same opportunity that the men or other people. We don't need to help, So I don't know. This question is difficult, but we don't need to help. We just need to I don't know, respect without prejudice. For us to get the same opportunities.
So that's a polemic question.
Go ahead, Matheus.
Okay, that's a polemic question, because in my opinion, if it's when it comes about education, helping minorities and women with education, I agree. It's justice, because some people don't have opportunities to get a good education, like people from poor backgrounds, or who live in a poor area. And I believe education can contribute for their achievements. And I think when governments and people make an effort to help these minorities with education, I think it's a justice. On the other hand, I think when it comes about job, I don't agree. I think they don't need to help people from minorities to get a job. They need to prove with their efforts, with their motivation, with their skills, to prove that they they are able to do that. This is my opinion. And what about you, Bruna?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't choose any of these words, neither justice nor discrimination. But I don't know what's the word. I think it's just giving access to people who don't have it. I don't know. Is it justice? What's the concept of justice? That's hard. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's justice. It's just what the government should do, give opportunity to these people. Talking about job or education, I think it's just the basics. They should have access. They should have better jobs. They should have better education. It's something that it was supposed to happen without someone else helping them to achieve it. So I think minorities and women not having access to good jobs or good education, it's a part of discrimination. But if we are trying to help them some way, I don't think it is. What do you think, Atamis?
I don't like the word help because sounds like charity. But yes, I don't think it's discrimination because we took as a society, we took too much from these people, the minorities. They are minorities because we took the opportunities along the history. So if you give back, not giving because you are so good or the government's good, if you give back what you some of you the things you took, it is, I don't know, it's justice, but it is equality, and this is very and so important. That's like crucial to this world. So like some people, for example, some people, the minority, let's talk about trans people, for example. They have good education, good background, but when they become trans people, they don't get opportunity to have a job. It doesn't matter how much effort they make. It doesn't matter because of the discrimination of so I think that is quotas, I think the name for this kind of people is fair, and the word is still where we discriminate this kind of people. So yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think TNT is a way of justice because we are here to help each other. Like I have the opportunity to learn English in a school, but like if you don't have, I can help you to learn. So we finish all the questions, and I want to say thank you to you for the conversation. It was amazing, and see you on the next.
Thank you. It was amazing conversation. Bye-bye.
Thanks.